Hello and welcome to SKTV News. You're watching Primetime English News with Himati Khomantabo. First headlines. Home Minister Amit Shah urges to maintain peace and harmony, assures Manipur's integrity remains intact, asserts N. Biren. District Magistrates of Imphal East and Imphal West order reopening of all government and private institutions by June 12. And CPI Manipur State Council urges central government to grant 1,000 crore rupees for conflict-hit Manipur. Now let's take a look at the news in detail. Former Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren and Rajya Sabha MP Sanajauba Leishemba returned from New Delhi after meeting Union Home Minister Amit Shah. The two leaders rushed to New Delhi on June 9 after a fresh flare of tension in Valley districts. Speaking to media persons upon his arrival at Imphal International Airport, N. Biren informed that Union Home Minister has appealed for peace and also gave assurance to protect the territorial integrity of Manipur. While elaborating about his meeting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah, N. Biren said the Union Home Minister was surprised about the fresh tension about pending resettlement and rehabilitation of internally displaced persons and on free movement of people. He said the Union Home Minister also informed that he is taking up steps to engage in talk with all stakeholders. And Biren further urged MLAs, CSO leaders, student leaders and people to work collectively in restoration of peace in the state without resorting to violence.
Union Home Minister na Tawresi Santi aduga tawbayaba Manipur gi soktanaba makhala amada Manipur gi apunmagi satam soktanaba leiriba indigenous populations leminariba jati punamaksin amada soktanaba gi lambi do fazana tawrakane adumi haringe santi maintain tawnaba haidana appeal tawrai leiriba civil society mayam punamak adigi honorable elected members sing adigi ima ibn sansthan naharor punamak leader once for all Manipur ki solution rama the hongna bi pongjambu koi tamna hore aduna madudai da praja mayamna yam santi leina violent yaudana yam democratic oiba mawonga koi sangjan minasi hanba leitana bhasa gi firepi am clear ni Manipur ki hairiba pose anu yam amat kai hande bi da Manipur ki kari mat sohar loi habi experience jona koi da people another should be rogale.
All the government-aided and private educational institutions in Imphal East district will reopen from tomorrow. Imphal East Deputy Commissioner has today issued an order in this regard, stating that the measure was taken up based on the field inquiry report submitted by Zonal Education Officer, Zone 2, Porampad. It further directed all zonal education officers, principals and headmistresses of the respective schools to take all necessary precautionary measures and ensure appropriate actions are taken up for the safe and smooth reopening of schools. Similarly, Imphal West District Administration has also issued an order for reopening of all government-aided and private schools under its revenue jurisdiction with effect from June 12. Maintaining that the order was taken up after assessing the current situation in the district, it further instructed the ZEOs concerned to submit daily reports on school functionality and any emergent issues to the Directorate of Education S, besides asking local authorities to remain vigilant and promptly report any disruptions to the district administration for immediate decision. Laishram Sotin Kumar, former Secretary of CPI Manipur State Council, has asserted that the central government should sanction a fund of 1,000 crore rupees or more for the state, which has been suffering since May 3, 2023. The statement was made during a press conference held at the office of CPI Manipur State Council, Pauna Bazaar today. Speaking further, L. Sotin Kumar highlighted the recent predicament of the state, including the controversial event of Gwaltawi, the recent flooding and the recent violence which occurred following the arrest of Arambai Tengul members. He accused the BJP government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of ignoring the plight of the people. L. Satin Kumar further asserted that the majority seat-winning MLAs can form a popular government at any moment while criticizing the MLAs. He also called for the authority to free movement along all national highways and to lift the internet suspension order, citing growing concerns that Manipur is emerging as the state with the highest frequency of internet bans.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯨꯟꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯛꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯆꯦꯂꯦꯟꯖ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯈꯨꯗꯛꯇ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯅꯤꯡꯊꯤꯅ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯗꯥꯏꯂꯣꯒ ꯇꯧꯅꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯄꯣꯂꯤꯇꯤꯀꯦꯜ ꯁꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯗ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯁꯦꯟꯇꯔꯅ ꯑꯆꯧꯕ ꯗꯥꯏ ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯑꯄꯨꯟꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯠꯀꯤ ꯇꯦꯔꯤꯇꯣꯔꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯏꯟꯇꯤꯒ꯭ꯔꯤꯇꯤ ꯁꯦꯞ ꯇꯧꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔꯅ ꯄꯥꯏꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯀꯦꯟꯗ꯭ꯔ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯣꯏꯁꯤꯟꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯕꯗꯤ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ ꯃꯉꯥꯅꯤ ꯇꯔꯥꯅꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯁꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟ ꯑꯃ ꯏꯔꯥꯏ ꯂꯥꯏꯅ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯕꯅꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯐꯥꯎꯗ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯥꯏꯝ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯈꯣꯡꯒꯨꯟ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯦ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯥꯡꯗ ꯋꯥ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯉꯥꯡꯗꯦ ꯄꯥꯔꯂꯤꯌꯥꯃꯦꯟꯠꯇ ꯇꯨꯃꯤꯟꯅ ꯃꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯂꯩꯁꯜꯂꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯕꯤꯁꯇꯥ ꯀꯌꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄꯦꯟꯗꯦ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯌꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯅ ꯖꯣꯏꯟꯠ ꯄꯥꯔꯂꯤꯌꯥꯃꯦꯟꯇꯔꯤ ꯀꯃꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯐꯝ ꯀꯌꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯀꯨꯞꯅ ꯌꯦꯡꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯄꯣꯖꯤꯁꯟ ꯔꯨꯂꯤꯡ ꯇꯤꯝ ꯑꯃ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯀꯨꯞꯄ ꯔꯤꯄꯣꯔꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯂꯧꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯁꯤꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯐꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯨ ꯄꯥꯏꯈꯠꯂꯛꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯃꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯇꯧꯗꯦ ꯗꯦꯜꯂꯤꯗ ꯁꯨꯝ ꯍꯟꯖꯟ ꯍꯟꯖꯟ ꯍꯣꯝ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯀꯧꯔꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯅꯣꯝꯕ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯀꯧꯔꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯅꯣꯝꯕ ꯆꯠꯄ ꯁꯨꯝꯕ ꯕꯤꯁꯇꯥ ꯀꯌꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯥꯖꯗꯦ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯗꯥꯏꯇ ꯂꯧꯕ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯕ BJPꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯜꯂꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤ ꯀꯥꯟꯅꯒꯅꯤ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯊꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯦꯁ ꯃꯦꯟꯗꯦꯠ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯥꯝꯕ ꯑꯅꯤꯡꯕꯗ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯅꯧꯕ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯃꯒꯤ ꯇꯉꯥꯏꯐꯗꯕ ꯂꯩ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯊꯝꯖꯅꯤꯡꯏ
People in Bishnupur district took out protest rally expressing their discontent over MLAs who have failed to bring consensus on formation of popular government. People carried out a sit-in at Bishnupur Kaithel and then took out the protest rally towards Bishnupur SP office. Speaking on the sideline, social activist KH Jaya expressed her dissatisfaction on MLAs for allowing the president's rule to continue in the state, despite having adequate elected representatives to claim for formation of government. She also demanded relevant authority to immediately halt the arrest of Arambai Tengul members who have sprung up to protect the people and the land as government and the security fail to safeguard people and their properties. She also warned to intensify agitations if government continue to act against the interest of people.
Ising isaugi waraba matamasida makhong popthoklaba phawbada masa naraba phawbada miyam gi damakta honazariba Arambai Tengul bu terrorist ki type ta criminal ki type ta sarkar sina ubi base athuba matamda topiyu aikoi gi banna se Arambai Tengul na ban tawbana te ima singna tawbani ngasi tawriba dharna rally sisu Arambai gamari amata laina de aikoi isa na individual oina thokjaraga isa sing phabada yaroi mama aikoi su phagadabani machan aikoi su Gadabani, Haibagi, Kongzangduni, Equina Sanction Zaribasi, Manipur, history, Kangdaba, Governor, Manipur, the Labigano, Atubamatam, the Tapigo, Manipur, Damagi, Mapam Late, Maitei Kanano, indigenous people, Kanano, Kangdaba, Governor, Duna, Equilanga, Oibayaroi, Aduga, Equi, Maitei Mata, Lady Emily Singzina, Sarkas, Hembangam Dragadi, Atubamatam, the Pam Tadopio, Karigumba Pam Tadopirecta Bataragadi, Lady Ima Singziga, Akan Bakongjang Tangsela Pamatamda, Adom so Ikai Benang.
Construction of Pakka houses for flood-affected people of Kurai Hikrumakong, whose houses were damaged due to the recent devastating flood, have begun a few days ago. The houses are being constructed under the fundings of Kurai MLA Leishangtim Susindro after the MLA made the announcement to build these houses for the flood-affected people. The MLA today visited the area and inspected the progress of the constructions. Speaking to media, MLA Susindro highlighted that construction of 8 houses for severely affected families are currently underway for the first phase. He maintained that he had planned to finish the construction within 5 days. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, the houses will be finished within 7 to 8 days. The MLA further added that Red Cross Society had also assured to provide aid in the construction. Additionally, MLA Susindro mentioned that the projects are taken up without any funding from state or central government.
मीसिंगसिंगना युमजुबुदी अइना साबिरनी अखोय रेड क्रॉस सोसाइटी ना मोइना ट्रिपोलिन के पीबी दन खोपिदन मैम खोना बिरे दो मोइना सो दुम फूड क्रेज आइटम हाइब तारे चाकी सिंग थोंगना बि आइटम से दुम खरादी मोइना मतेंग पांगाकनी हाइबगी अइंगोंदा पाउदी पीबीरक पले अदुबो अखोयगी लेकाइगी अदगी मयामना सुखर सोइना मतेंग पांगने दुगा होजि तुमननाबा कांथोन नुथोन लेतबसिंगसिजो अखोयना सारिङाइ जैसा योटकी अखोय खरा तहौसिराना अदमाइनदि अखोय खनरी टॉयलेट की से असे अखोय लोको सैनिटेशन अना अखोयगी स्वच्छ भारत मिशन की साब डिजाइन दो मदुइदा खितंग चौथोलगा टॉयलेट प्लस बाथरूम मम अखोय मसिगी निपान सिगी ओइना अखोय अमु साननबगी प्लान तौरे तमलोंग थोंगतु हाइबाई केंद्र काइरंग थांगनबा सिगिजे हाइकु होंगजे सिददी ईश्वरना चानबिरगदी थोरोय खाले हुजुजु थबक सुरी अखोय लेबाक थोलिसि ममांग दो उबिजिनि लेबाक कन्न थोलिबरि हुजुजु से फुट अहुंगी चांगदा अनि दिन अहुंगी चांगदा लोय वांखलकदोइन अना हुजिदि बन सिस्टम से मखादा लंबीम लेरनी सिद लंबीम लेरनी अदुइ मथदा फुट मरी मुपाकवा बन अवाम ममगा लेरनी
Sanamahi Chenghungba, an important religious ceremony which is being performed annually by Sanamahi followers since ages on Ingagi Taramangani Panba as per the lunar calendar of Meitei, was organized under the aegis of MP Sanajauba Leshimba at Sanakunung Utra Sanglen today. Speaking on the sideline of the function, Angom Ningthau Poireiton asserted that the ceremony was toned down in view of the prevailing situation in the state. The ceremonial function was also attended by Ukamba Tokchom Ibungo Ahal, Yaskul Lakpa, Laishram Ragumani, Khabam Lakpa, Chongtam Dusanta, Kwai Lakpa, CH Rajan, priests and priestesses.
Asi Yakarava, introduction to meet Natagi, Minisida, Sanakun, Trasanglen the Su, Naintok Sanamahi, Sang Home Itorum, Kai Nazarva, Nito, Ning Panzarabada, Sanazova, Shimagi, Miyankada, Trasanglen, Sunduna. Seng hong ki thorom pangkok chari hatak sahi gi oiradi eba ki oreng eba phibam si yeng laga yamna sam noina pangkok chari haina eba miyam da
The second Foundation Day celebration of Manipur Women's Federation MWF was held today at its Tongju Boroimakong office. During the function, which was organized in a low-key manner in view of the prevailing situation, attendees paid floral tributes to the martyrs who laid down their lives in defending the state. The organization also called for building unity to hold a collective stance for protecting the state. The funeral program of Ranapyu of Naga Nation Council and Kunbu of Longmai village Kuidilung Dungangmei was held today at his residence at Longmai Part 4, Peaceland at None District Headquarters. Kuidilung Dungangmei, born to late Gaidingam Dungangmei and Lungsumliu Malangmei, passed away at the age of 103 yesterday evening after a brief illness. During the function, Naga national workers, CSO leaders of Longmai area, churches and religious leaders praised Kuidilung Dungangmei for his immense contribution for welfare of the village and the society during his lifetime. Nungba constituency MLA Dunganglung Gangmei, Professor Gangmumei Kamei's family and leaders of Jalarong Inpui, among others, attended the funeral rite. Moving on to the national news. An RT-PCR test has been made compulsory for ministers meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi as active COVID-19 cases in the country crossed the 7,000 mark yesterday. According to India Today, a source revealed that around 70 BJP functionaries from Delhi, including the Delhi Chief Minister, all 7 MPs and MLAs who are scheduled to meet Prime Minister Modi at his residence this evening, will undergo an RT-PCR test. The Union Health Ministry also reported that around 306 COVID-19 cases were found in the last 24 hours, while 6 individuals passed away due to the disease during the time. The digital connectivity landscape of the country is anticipated to be disrupted as Elon Musk's satellite internet venture, Starlink, is poised to begin operations in India within the next 2 months after receiving its operating license last week. According to ANI, the company has finalized its pricing structure for the Indian market. Customers will need to purchase essential hardware for accessing the service at an estimated cost of 33,000 rupees. The monthly unlimited data plan will be offered from 3,000 rupees with 1 month complimentary trial offer after purchasing the hardware. The satellite system can provide internet easily in rural and geographically challenging areas where fiber optic or mobile-based internet services remain unreliable or unavailable. Both the neighboring Bangladesh and Bhutan have adopted identical equipment pricing, suggesting a regionally harmonized approach by the company. Starlink has also signed agreements with telecom giants such as Reliance Jio and Bharti Airtel to tap into existing infrastructure and ease regulatory navigation. The launch of the Axiom-4 space mission carrying India's Shubhanshu Shukla and 3 others to the International Space Station was postponed yet again today, this time due to leakage in liquid oxygen system on propulsion bay of Falcon 9 rocket. In a post on X, SpaceX said the mission to the International Space Station, ISS, was deferred due to a technical glitch in its Falcon 9 rocket that is being used for the launch. The new date for the launch is yet to be decided. According to ISRO, the oxygen leak was detected in the propulsion bay during a performance test. 39-year-old Shukla will be accompanied by Peggy Whitson, a former NASA astronaut and mission commander, Slavoj Uznansky-Winnicki from Poland, and Tibor Kapur from Hungary. Once docked, the astronauts are scheduled to spend up to 14 days aboard the orbiting laboratory, conducting a mission comprising science, outreach, and commercial activities. Group Captain Shukla's travel to space comes 4 decades after Rakesh Sharma's iconic space flight on board Russia's Soyuz spacecraft in 1984. Shubhanshu Shukla will serve as the mission pilot. During his stay at the International Space Station, Group Captain Shukla will conduct 7 experiments in the fields of agriculture, food, and human biology. The central government is planning a new rule to control the temperature range at which air conditioners can run in the country after implementing the One Nation, One Vote and One Nation, One Ration Card provisions. Announcing the new provision, Union Minister Manohar Lal Khattar said that the new provision is being implemented soon for ACs with 20 degrees Celsius as the lowest temperature and 28 degrees Celsius as the highest. He added that this is the first of its kind experiment, aiming to standardize temperature settings in the country. The provision aims to reduce the rate of power consumption in the country as people's demand for cooling devices to tackle the heat substantially increased. According to the government, this provision will also help citizens reduce their electric bill. And in the weather report, according to ICAR Regional Center Lamphel state's maximum temperature was recorded at 32.4 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 84% in the morning and 39% in the evening. Now, before we wrap up for the day, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Home Minister Amit Shah urges to maintain peace and harmony, assures Manipur's integrity remains intact, asserts and Bireng. District magistrates of Imphal East and Imphal West order reopening of all government and private institutions by June 12. And CPI Manipur State Council urges central government to grant 1,000 crore rupees for conflict-hit Manipur. Now that's all we have for today's English news. Thank you for watching SKTV. Keep watching for more news and updates. Have a good night.